Welcome in, everybody. My name is Kyle, and in today's Vinyasa class, we'll be working through quite a bit of strength work, some work in the hips, some balance, and some functional movements that might be applicable to any type of activities you do outside of yoga. So a couple of blocks may be helpful. I have one here at the top of my mat, too, if you want to bring the floor a little closer. Other than that, props should be all good to go. And we'll get started in a tabletop position. So take a moment to find your way there. Stack the shoulders. Feel the hands press down. So we really want to establish this connection to the floor with our hands, especially when we're going to be moving through vinyasas, because that's ultimately going to be something that helps us stay balanced, helps us feel grounded. So just notice how it feels to shift the weight to the inside of the hands, the outside of the hands. And as you press down, try to think about the center of your palm lifting away from the mat, creating that Hasta Bandha or your hand lock. And we can also change the position of the fingers to bring the backs of the hands down, or maybe even turn the fingertips back towards the knees. But work in here a space where you can find sensation, but not necessarily pain or pinching or any type of compression. So we want to wake up this area, but not set the tone for pushing into areas of potential injury. And if you've not done so already, you need to move the spine, just kind of be animalistic with these movements. It can be cat-cow, this can be here to the shoulder. Just kind of easily moving into the body. And noting the quality of your breath as we move here. So really feeling the sides of the ribs expanding towards the inner arms as you inhale. Maybe a little contraction, pull back as you exhale. Once you check in with the hands, take a moment to come back to neutral. And just let the toes tuck under, hips will lift up and back. We're in a down dog. Good. So in your down dog, continue with those natural movements. Don't get too hung up on what it looks like. Just allow yourself to feel into the body. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Rocking the heels to one side to stretch the side body. As always, keeping that slow, steady pace of breath, trying to smooth out the transition between the inhale and the exhale so that it's a continuous action. Good. On our next inhale, we're going to slowly ripple forward towards a plank position. Shoulders stack over top of the wrists. Good. And as you exhale, find a little bend in the knees, reach the hips up and back, down facing dog. Good. Two more like that. Inhale, rock forward, feel low belly pull in, strong through the back of the body. And exhale, bend the knees, ripple it back, down dog. Good. One more time, we inhale, rock forward. And exhale, a little bend in the knees, we sweep it up and back. Good. Inhale, heels lift, knees bend. Exhale, and walk the feet forward in between your hands. Good. So we inhale here, lengthening up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms reach all the way up and overhead. Draw your lower belly in as we do so. And as you exhale, let the hands move through heart center. The arms relax down by the side. Work through a couple sun A's here, just to kind of get the body warm. As you inhale, arms extend up and overhead. Reach the fingertips as far away from your heels as you can. And as we exhale, strong legs fold forward. Inhale. Lengthening halfway, chest is toward the top of the mat, shoulder blade is down and back. Exhale, palms plant, step back, chaturanga. Elbows are in tight. As we inhale, space across the collarbones, center of the chest is forward. And on your exhale, hips gently wave up and back, downward facing dog. Now we're here for a couple of breaths, settling in, finding that natural space within the body. Rather than trying to perfect the posture, just breathing into whatever it is that you feel here. Good. Next breath in, find a gentle lift in the heels, bend in the knees. And as you exhale, step or float, let the feet move in between your hands. Inhale to lengthen, chest reaches forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, both arms reach high. lift the center of the chest towards your thumbs. And as you exhale, cactus the arms, pull the elbows wide, lift through the chest. Okay. Inhale, the arms re-extend up and overhead. And as you exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, ribs and hips move away from each other just a little bit. Exhale, arms plank, step back, move through your vinyasa. So index knuckle stays connected as we lower down with the inhale. Maybe you keep the knees lifted in this upward facing dog. And then exhale, hips reach up and back, or downward facing dog. Good. 5 breaths here once again. Think about the arms extending out of your side body. A little lift in the tailbone, moving up and towards the ceiling. Good. Feel the breath reaching both sides of the low back, staying relaxed through the head and neck. And on your next inhale, we lift heels, bend knees. Exhale, step, walk, float, feet move to the top of the mat. Then inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Good. Inhale, we ride the breath all the way up to tall. Arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. Find that same space, little back bend as the hips press forward. Good. Inhale, arms re-extend. Exhale, flow through. Take your journey back, downward facing dog. Whatever that looks like to get there. Nice. As we arrive in our downward facing dog, take an inhale and lift the right leg high. On the exhale, your right foot is going to step forward in between the hands. Okay. So we set the back left knee down here. Untuck the toes. And as we inhale, let the arms reach up and overhead. Okay. Now as we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, make a big half circle. And eventually moving the spine between the shoulder blades and reaching the arms out in front of you. Okay. Inhale, arms re-extend up and overhead. And exhale to cactus the arms. Think about bringing the pinky edges of the hands towards each other and around the spine. Good. Inhale, arms reach back up and overhead. And now tuck your left toes under. And as you exhale, engage into that back leg to find your crescent lunge. Good. Now we're here for a breath in. Exhale, left elbow travels outside of your right thigh. So we're staying strong in that back left leg. Imagine it's pressing towards the ceiling above you, looking over your right shoulder. Good. Inhale draws us back through center. Both arms reach up and overhead. And as you exhale, let your hands come down to frame the right foot. Step back. Vinyasa if you like. We lower down. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Elbows staying tight under up dogs. And then as you exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands. Let that right knee set down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the chest, and then reach forward, kind of continuing that circle. Pull the spine between the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, cactus and wave. Good. Inhale, arms re-extend, right toes tuck under if they're not. And as you exhale, engage into that back leg. You lift the right knee up and away from the mat. Good. Stay for a breath in. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, and we gaze over the left shoulder. Steady the gaze, relax the jaw. Back of the right knee pressing towards the ceiling as your left hip pulls back. Good. Inhale, arms re-extend up and overhead. Exhale, let your hands come down to frame your left foot. Step back. Again, we lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, we'll inhale, lift heels, bend knees. Exhale, step or float, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms reach up and overhead. Grow tall as you do so. And exhale to bring the hands through heart center. Arms relax down. Really good. From the top of the mat, we'll step or hop the feet a little wider than match width distance. I'll turn forward to face you. So, toes face forward right away. Let the hands find the low back. And as we inhale here, lift the chest, squeeze the elbows in. Now as we exhale, hinge at the hips to fold forward. Hands can come to the mat, to a block, whatever's comfortable. More traditional in our prostrations today. So hands can stay here. If they're more open, you can slide the hands back in line with the heels. Relax the head down here. So be mindful of how much we're pushing. Front of the leg is still active, meaning the kneecap lifts, the quads are engaged. If you like, you can kind of bend into one knee and then the other. Just stay with that static stretch. Next breath in, we'll lengthen up halfway. And now letting the hands bind behind the back, setting up for prostrate C. Fists are at the sacrum. As we exhale, fold back in. You can bring the hands off the low back if you like. Just make sure we continue to press the base of the wrist together. Good. We stay here for one more breath in. One more breath out. Next inhale lifts us halfway. You can release that clasp with the hands. As you exhale, catch the waist. Come on up to stand. Really good. And here we'll step back, center of the mat. And on an inhale, arms reach high. As you exhale, take that transition back to downward facing dog. Whatever feels good in your body. Nice. As we arrive here, inhale, right leg lifts. On the exhale, step your right foot forward in between the hands. This time the left knee is lifted. We inhale, arms reach high. Good. As you exhale, we're going to tip forward here. Think warrior three. Hands can come to heart center. We stay for a breath in. Now as we exhale, left knee draws in. Let it tap your right calf muscle. Good. Inhale, we expand. Exhale, draw it in. Good. Inhale, we expand. And as we exhale, let your left toes return to the back of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. And as we exhale, your left heel drops, warrior two. We stay for a breath in. And as you exhale, sink into your back left leg, your variation of Skandasana. Now, this does not need to be the deepest variation first time through. You might stay up high. You might sink the hips down. Right toes face towards the ceiling. We're here for a breath in. And as you exhale, right toes come down. We pivot on the left, returning to our crescent lunge. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, hands straighten the right foot. Step back. Move through your vinyasa. Index knuckle connected, elbows in tight. We meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot forward. Really good. Inhale, arms sweep up, we're in a crescent lunge. Exhale to lean forward, your warrior three here. Think about right hip moving slightly towards the left ankle. Take a breath in. Exhale, right knee, left calf. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let your right toes find the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, right heel drops. We're in that warrior two. Take a moment to stay for your breath in, and then exhale to sink into that right leg. Your Skandasana. Good. Left toes towards the ceiling. It's okay if the right heel lifts a little bit. We take a breath in. Exhale. Left toes come down. We pivot. Arms reach high. Good. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back. Move through. More vinyasa. More skipping. Good. Inhale to lift heels, bend knees. Exhale, your journey, top of the mat. Inhale, we lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold in. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Side foot long. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let the arms relax. Good. As we breathe in here, find chair pose. Arms up, hips back. Sink weight into the heels. A little back bend in the upper back. Good. We stay for a breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Good. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Chest scoops towards the top of the mat. Exhale, palms plant. Step back, find your flow. Good. Same flow, adding on a little bit here. We'll inhale to lift the right leg. Exhale, right foot forward. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, we lean out, warrior three. Strong back leg, left hip with a little rotation towards the right ankle. Deep breath in. Exhale, left knee, right ankle. Good. Inhale, we expand and lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Good. Inhale, we expand, and then exhale to set the left toes down, back to the mat. Good. Inhale, arms reach high, listen to the change. As we exhale, we move right back into that Skandasana, sinking into the left leg. We're here for a breath in. As we exhale, right toes come down. We pivot on the left. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands down. Take your transition, move through. Again, chaturanga, up dog, any of these positions start to feel not interesting or make you want to add on, feel free. Inhale, left leg sweeps. Exhale, you step forward. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean out over your left leg. Stay for a breath in. And as you exhale, right knee to the left calf. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, we lengthen, embrace the wobbles. Exhale, right toes set down, back to the mat. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, your Skandasana into the right leg. Right leg sinks back, left toes towards the ceiling. We're here for the breath in. On the exhale, left foot comes down. We pivot on the right, arms high. Exhale, hands down, step back, move through your transition. Good. From our downward facing dog, let the knees find the mat and sit back onto the heels for a moment. Good. So, if you have a block, this can be a great tool as we work on our dolphin pose or potentially a forearm stand. So, I like to place my block here in the center of the mat, and I'm going to take the L side of my hand and place it like so, so that I know that my elbows are in line. So, block is down center of the mat. L shape of both hands is on the outer edge of the blocks, and I let my forearms come down here. Now I want my elbow in line with the forearm, and I want my whole forearm pressing down into the mat. From here, I can tuck my toes and think down dog with the forearms down. This would be your dolphin pose. We're strong in the arms here. If you have a wall or a forearm stand in your practice, you can work to hop up and find your pincha here. So I'm continuing to ground down to the index knuckles and keep my shoulders pushing down strong. So the shoulder engagement does not change regardless of what shape we're holding. Relax where you can, push the floor away. One more breath in. As you exhale, let the feet return to the mat or drop the knees. Take a child's pose. Move the block off to the side if you need to. Forehead can come down and touch the mat. Long through the sides. Okay. And use this as an opportunity to slow the breath down. Now as you're ready, we stay in the child's pose. Slide your left hand in beside your left knee. Right hand can stay out in front of you. As we inhale, you can look up at me, rock forward. Big reach with that left arm.
And as we exhale, we sink it right back down to child's pose. Right hand slides in. Inhale, same movement. Sweep forward, big reach with the right hand. Exhale, we sink back. Left hand in, inhale, big reach, opening. Exhale, sink back. Good, right hand. Exhale. One more side, left hand slides in. As you inhale, sweep forward. Create as big a range of motion in that shoulder as you can. We sink down, child's pose. Right hand, inhale. Exhale. Good. As we arrive here, inhale rocks us forward towards tabletop. Let your toes tuck under, and we return to our downward facing dog. Good. So working some of our continued core strength and stability here. Inhale, the right leg reaches high. As you exhale, come forward, right elbow and right knee meet. Good. And you might stay here. You can also create a little shelf with that right leg or right elbow and begin to lean forward. Maybe you hover the left foot away from the mat. We hold for a breath in. As you exhale, left toes return to the mat. Right leg reaches up and back. Stay for a breath in. And exhale. Right foot returns to the mat next to your left. Good. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Good. So at any point, you can stay right here. If it feels good, you can bend the elbows. Maybe even the right toes stay down. We work to straighten this left leg. If that goes okay, continue to shift weight forward. Right toes reach high, or lift away rather. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, right toes down, left leg up and back. Good. One breath in. On the exhale, your left foot sets down next to the right. Good. Now as we breathe in, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee sets up for pigeon pose. So we're going to take a little different variation in our pigeon today. Line the right leg up as you would for pigeon, and then we're going to take our left knee and slide it up so that it's behind your right ankle. You're sort of in this figure four position like this. Now, with my right leg forward, I'm going to reach my arms forward and to the right just slightly. You might stay here. This is kind of an active position. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, hips will sink back and to the left. Inhale, we bridge the hips forward, come back up. And then exhale, we sink the hips back. Good. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we sink back. We want to go to a depth where we're not feeling any instability or pain in the knee. Good. This time as we come back through center, let your hands come down in front of your right knee. Left leg slides back. And now we're in that more traditional pigeon pose. So block can be handy here if you want to bring the forearms or the forehead down to it. I like to think about my left hip wrapping down towards the mat. And then soften where you can. So let go of tension in your hands. Let go of tension in your jaw and in your forehead. And just soften in. Great opportunity to breathe into the back bottom ribs here. Good. And as you come out, start by walking your hands underneath the shoulders. Left toes tuck under. So we're going to re-engage that back left leg and push the back of the knee towards the ceiling. And then connecting with your hands, let your right leg sweep up and back. Take a moment. Just move that right leg around naturally, whatever you need to do to get the blood flowing in. When you're ready, set the right foot down next to the left. Okay. Inhale, lifts the left leg. On the exhale, bring your left leg forward, getting that pigeon setup. So we're not going to slide this right leg back. Instead, we're going to draw it in towards the left ankle, and we're going to come up to find our figure four position. Again, this might be enough of a position to hold. We might just want to work on the balance here. If you do so on the first side, let the arms reach to the left side. Take a breath in. And as you exhale here, hips are back into the right. Good. Inhale brings us up, strong in the hip flexors. Exhale, sinks us back. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale brings us back up. And then as you exhale, as your hands come down in front of your left leg, the right leg steps back. And we soften in here. So one side of our pigeon may be very different than the other. That's okay. Let the forehead come down to the floor, to the hands, to the mat, whatever's comfortable. And breathe here. Then we want to take our time moving out of these stretches mindfully, so let your hands walk back in. Raise your shoulders. Right toe stuck under. Engage into your back leg. And then pressing into the hands, the left leg reaches up and back. Same option. Find natural movements, wiggles, whatever it is. And when you're ready, left foot sets down next to the right. Inhale, we lift heels, bend knees. And as you exhale, step or hop through to a comfortable seat. And I'll turn sideways so we can see each other. Nice. We're going to start with the legs out wide. So in previous classes, we worked through a lot of these like hip compression drills. This is a super important piece of moving effectively. So find your straddle position. Find that you can sit up tall. If this is uncomfortable to sit, you can place a block underneath the seat. Elevate the hips a little bit. We're going to start by walking the hands over the left leg and try to keep the palms of the hands on the floor here. So point the left toes. Left leg is all one piece. We'll take an inhale. And as we exhale, just lift the left leg. With control, set it down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Slowly lower the left leg down, and this time fold over it while keeping your right hip down. So we want to think about that right hip grounding into our mat, and the right side of lower back reaching towards the outside of the left ankle. Nice. Inhale pulls us back through center. Walk the hands in. And we're just going to shift our sides right away here. So turn the navel to face over that right thigh. Hands come down. Now again, we want to think about left side of the body connecting to the mat. Point the toe. And the hands come down. Take a breath in. And exhale to push. And we slowly lower. Good. Hands will push into the floor. Give you a little more space here. Inhale. Exhale. This time right leg comes down, we fold over it. Same thing, feel that left hip ground down. You might feel a little crampy in the right quad. Breathe and do it as best you can. Next inhale, we lift the chin. And slowly walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Good. You're going to take your hands to the outsides of the thighs, draw the legs together. Work into this outer hip a little bit. So similar to what we did in our pigeon pose, take your right ankle, cross on top of the left thigh. So this is sort of a choose your own adventure here. We want to think about the right outer knee moving towards the floor here. Hands can come down to support you. If this feels like enough, you're welcome to stay. You can also bend into the left knee and think about moving your chest towards the right shin. Stay tall in the chest here so we're not collapsing in, and keep pushing that outer right knee away from you as you flex the right foot. If this feels okay, you can take the bottom of that right foot into the left elbow around the right knee, and extend your bottom left leg. Good. So we stay lifted in the chest, a little bit of rock maybe. Just feeling into that right outer hip. And then we'll take the right hand, outer edge of the right foot, left hand to the inner edge, and lift that right thigh. So we're trying to find a lift in the chest towards the big toe and activity in the top of the leg. So the quad is active here. Holding for 3, relax the shoulders. For 2, and 1. As you exhale, set the right foot down. Good. Same setup, second side. Left ankle is on top of the right thigh. Hands are behind you to start. And feel free to stay at any point. We flex the left foot, bend the right knee. So you might stay right here. I like to use the hands to push my chest a little closer to that left shin. And just find this gentle rock. If this feels pretty good, right elbow, bottom of the left foot, left elbow, left knee. Let the right leg extend and find some gentle rocks here. Good. Once we've checked in here, take that left hand to the outer edge of the left foot, right foot to the inner edge, and we're just going to lift that leg and really focus on grounding the right leg down. So back of the right knee pushes down, top of the left leg is active. We'll hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale. Left foot sets down next to the right. Okay. Inhale, the arms reach high. And as we exhale, just fold forward over the legs. Then round the spine down on this one. Find a little rock side to side, lifting and lowering one shoulder. Inhale, we lengthen halfway. Lift the chest. And then release the toes or the shins, whatever you have. We'll bend into the knees. Yeah. With this bend in the knees, reach the arms forward. Palms face up. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, just slowly begin to lower down, one vertebrae at a time. As you reach the middle back, it'll begin to get a little challenging. Try to let the shoulders, back of the head come down last. And as you arrive here, inhale and hug the knees in towards the chest. Little rocks. Keeping hold of the right leg, let your left leg extend long. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, use that left hand on the outside of the right knee to twist over to the left and gaze over your right shoulder. Want both shoulders moving towards the mat here. Use a little pressure from that left hand on the outside of the right knee to create space. Next inhale pulls you back through center. Allow both sides of your lower back to connect to the mat. And as we arrive, hug both knees into the chest once again. Natural movement, circles with the knees. When you're ready, we'll keep hold of the left knee, the right leg extends. Stay here for a deep breath in. And as you exhale, the right hand is outside of the left knee. We twist over to the right and gaze over the left shoulder. And try to find some balance. Left shoulder, right shoulder pressing down. Relax the jaw, soften the gaze. On your next breath in, make your way back through center one more time. As both sides of the low back connect to the neck, just hug the knees into the chest, find this little rock. Again, circles with the knees, side to side, front to back along the spine. When you are ready, let the feet find corner edges of the mat. Let the arms relax by the sides. Take a moment to observe the natural rhythm of the breath, sensations in the body. Know that you don't necessarily need to change anything in this moment. Take one full expansive breath in, holding at the top. And exhale. Empty the lungs, allow yourself to sink down. As always, I would encourage you to stay here in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. Work here is done from the physical sense. Any questions, comments, things you'd like to see in future videos, feel free to let me know below. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.